is my simple reserve loot run where I take you through how to grab military tech items, regular tech items like graphics cards and Tetris, and a lot of good weapon and ammo attachment areas. Here's the loot I managed to get on this run. This is actually a live raid I decided to do on my scav. It took me about 20 minutes, but that's because I go through to describe what I'm doing. But if you run this route and you learn it pretty well, you can get this under 10 minutes, in and out, and get a lot of money in the process. I hope you enjoy. First night building. First door on your left in the night buildings has jackets and duffel bags. Why I love jackets? Because they can spawn, well, the rarest keys in the game, besides like the key cards, but the mechanical keys jacket spawn. Looks like this was tapped. Yeah, looks like that was tapped. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna go into the next door. I forget which night building this is because I'm a poo-poo, but I'll put it in the map. Then we're gonna loot the toolbox. We looked on top of that desk because there's a rare intel spawn right there on the desk. After that, and this is the same with both night buildings, I just run up to the third floor. I skip second floor on both night buildings, and I loot these rooms here. This room is amazing, okay? Right beside this table, a bunch of value spawns. You can get value spawns like your bitcoins, your lines, and everything like that, right on the top of this table or right beside the table. And you get a duffel bag, which I also love. Okay, duffel gang, okay? Which one of you out there loves duffels as much as I do? I know there's some of you out there that do that. Next thing I do, we have a value spawn in the next room over right here on the chair, on this table right here. And weapon attachments all on this table. We have a toolbox, 2 toolboxes, and a bitcoin, sorry, an intel can spawn right here on the chair. So we're actually gonna loot some of this stuff because, well, we're looting it in a live raid, and that's exciting. In this, we have some AP ammo. Guys, a good tip to know whether or not you have a magazine. By the way, check magazines. If ammo has a black tip, in most cases, it's armor piercing. So if I unload this ammo right here, M993, like that's the big boy bullet right there. And the PMAG is actually worth a decent amount. You can also get rare rations and meds on this table, by the way, as well. Oh yeah, let's do the toolbox before we go. See what we can get. Duct tape, that's good on the flea market. Happy with that. On the roofs of these buildings, you can get weapon attachments, but I personally don't prefer to get in there. I just don't like jumping out on the roofs. I just think it's faster to head to the next night building, so that's what we're gonna do. Knife out, not a care in the world. That's how I play my scav. Run all the way to the next night building. I don't waste time on the scav because if you die, run it back. You know? That's it. You have nothing to lose in your scav. Don't be... It's a great opportunity for you to get in and kind of get comfortable with some of the maps or some of the environments. We're gonna loot these 2 jackets just like the last night building as well. So first door on the left, we looted the jackets and the duffel bag. Now I think we skipped this room. Yeah, we skipped that room, then we opened this room because on this table here, and I can also spawn in the paper, can be like vertexes, all those very expensive military loot items, like even like the Aesa be right here. So always check the spot right here and right here. I think I even found a graphics card here once. Graphics card can spawn on that table, so it's always a good spot. Basically any rare value tech can spawn right there. It's amazing. Next thing after that is we skip the second floor just like the last building. We're gonna go right up to the top. Check these 2 rooms right here. So this one has a jacket, which I like to grab real quick, and also has a bunch of filing cabinets and you need to looting those. I'm personally not the biggest filing cabinet guy. Then next room is an amazing room for finding computers and technical items. There's an intel spawn. I will show you that in a second. Actually, wait, no, this room might not have the intel spawn. There's a computer there. There's a computer there. There might be an intel spawn on the desk, but I haven't found it in a while. Can't quite remember. We're gonna loot all these PCs. It's worth coming for the PCs alone, just to grab some PC loot. So there we go. We're checking all in the surfaces here, nothing else, and then there's a final PC right there that we'll go ahead and look at. The key to this run is kind of speed. Like, this is a run I do quickly. I'm not looting the entire map of reserve. Just some buildings that are very densely packed and full of very good items. So after we looted the 2 night buildings, that's all I hit. Actually, one more thing I'd like to check is these attachments on this table. Yeah, look at that. We got a drum mag there and a B3. Okay. B3 is not really that expensive anymore. Maybe we'll drop the B3 for now. Then I like to open up this door next to the staircase of the night building closer to the airfield or the helipad. And you can jump crouch through this window. So once I'm done with the 2 night buildings, I run to these green tents. And I hit this weapon box right here. Very nice. What do we get? This is a full one. Probably got a gun of some sort. We got a Mo. That's a good stock. One of the best. Headphones. It's also pretty good. And an HK. That's why we hit the weapon boxes. I love weapon boxes. I basically love any box that has a bunch of various possible spawns, you know, like the duffel bags can spawn graphics cards, and I love kind of rolling that loot spawn, you know. But after we hit that weapon box, we hit this duffel bag next to the tent, and right here where the cigarettes are can spawn sugars, so it's a good ration spawn to check. Once I'm done with that, we go into the garage. I think it's White King, or yes, I think it's King, but I'll definitely show it on the map. And we're gonna loot all of these server racks. So I'm gonna check all up in here, see what we can find in this way. Sometimes the items can kind of clip through the server rack, so you have to get that loot indicator down on each one just to make sure that you're not possibly passing an item. HDD there. So now we're gonna have to start moving stuff around here. Actually, I don't think we can. We're gonna have to take probably the Tapco stock for this. KS is not worth that much. Pick up the hard drive there. Bleach, not worth that much. Check all of these racks. You want to be looking for those graphics cards that can spawn in here. Some of the rare value military tech items like military cables that are going for over 100k, or like the radios, the black radios, all that, those sort of items. P filters can even spawn. So those power filters, especially earlier in the wipe, you know, now they're only 300k, but those can be like 600k. But once you're done looting the racks there, I come up the stairs and run all the way down to this one open door right here next to the window. And that's because all of these shelves can have hideout or technical mechanical items like your water filters or like fuel sometimes. So I always go in there and check that. Then I go around past the stairs. I check the first door next to the stairs, and that's because fuel can spawn here, or other high value items like the let's drop this, like the gauge there. So we'll take that. Right there's an IFAC. We'll take that as well. I like hitting this room. Not a lot of people hit this room, so I'm a big fan of it. And then after that, the one all the way down at the end, right here on this table, is a intelligence spawn. So we're looking for that intel. That's the big boy there. And then I run down on here, can have some good items like rare meds or ammos, but looks like we get nothing. But I will touch the weapon box here. As you can see, I'm just on my scav. You know, I like never run into players. Reserve is not, you know, most players on reserve run down to the bunker underneath the helicopter, so not a lot of action up here for us. But I just ran down the stairs now to the second floor of this building, and I'm just gonna check these server racks as well, just to look. And after I check those server racks, there is a GPU spawn in this next room, but I never find it, so I don't look there anymore. But after that, first floor, we're gonna loot these server racks as well. Love the server racks of the King building. Hit all of those. Perfect. All of these. There's a T-plug on the floor. We'll take it. It's worth some on the flea market. Now we have to start exchanging out things. I'm going to exchange out my ammo first because, again, I don't really use my gun on my scav almost ever. Because scav karma, in my opinion, is way more important than the loot of surviving on your scav. See, here's an example of an item that's kind of glitched in right there. It's glitched into the box. We'll drop the PMAG. Look at that, actually. What the heck just happened there? The drum disappeared and the bullets just... Okay, interesting. And also next to this last rack, before the tipped racks, right here in the corner, there's an item that spawns on the floor. So just get your loot indicator down here or on the corner just for a second, because very valuable items can spawn right there on the floor. Nothing this time. That's all right. Then we check this box here, and then past the knocked over server racks on this last chair. And right here where the spark plug is can be a whole bunch of rare and valuable items as well. So we'll drop the bandage now. Take the spark plug. After we looted all of these things, the last building I like to hit on this loot run is this one, the tech building. I think it is, yeah, so Black Bishop here. An amazing building. A lot of people only go to like one or a few of the rooms, but there are amazing rooms in here that you have to hit. And we'll start with the first floor. So first floor, the key to this building is wherever you find these boxes can find good ammos, and then you want to just look on top of all of the desks and surfaces for a bunch of great items. We're gonna take the Calloc just because there's a limit to buying them on therapists. So if you ever run out of heavy bandages, which you definitely do not want to do, there's a good place to get some. Then we'll loot this computer as well. Okay, nothing there. So we'll go on to the next room. Right in here. Again, all of the surfaces we want to look at. We have an AK spawn right there. That's pretty fun. We'll take that. There's someone else in this building, but for the purposes of this, they're going to be ignored. So grab the free AK. That's not bad. It's good because now that my SKS you pretty much can't sell because its durability is so bad. But now we can sell the two guns I have. Now that we're done that, we keep checking all the rooms here. We have a grenade case, which is very fun. And I love grenades. Who doesn't? Fuses are good. We're going to take those. We're actually going to drop spark plug, and we're going to drop like... Oh, let's put that in there. There we go. Perfect. Store weapon attachments on guns when you can. But obviously, that jacket was hit, so it looks like some people did loot in here. I'm going to go ahead and loot more stuff. Ignoring people. Bolts are amazing. Do never leave bolts, please. Like, ever. I'm probably going to drop the PSU, so we'll find more. Bullets are like 30k a piece on the flea market right now. You can probably get upwards of 50 if you're patient. It's amazing. That light, I didn't never really notice that light before. So we're gonna keep going, opening all the doors, all the surfaces that get left. Again, I'm a big duffel boy. I love the duffel bags. So let me take all those. Toolbox, too big for us to carry, unfortunately. Another duffel right here. This is probably the most active building in the run, just because a lot of people come here. More ammo. I'm not really interested in that because I'm only really pick up the good rounds. But after that, I think we're done with the first floor. Yep. See if there's anything else. Actually, no, wait. There is these two rooms right here. Looks like nothing in this one this time. That's okay. I thought there was a PC. Yeah, there is a PC back here. We'll go ahead and loot the PC because the graphics card chance. You know, why not? Take the DVD for now, but we'll definitely be dropping that. And then this next room over here as well. Look at all the surfaces, all these tables. Just to find some good stuff. No good ammos this time, but don't sleep on the ammos. The ammos are actually sick. You can make so much money off the ammos. It's incredible. So we got the second floor. Again, we're just going to check pretty much most of the rooms here in this building. We're not really gonna leave that much just because I love exploring and finding new areas. Plus, sometimes you just find something that never spawned in like 10 raids, and then all of a sudden it spawns, and it's like a GPU, and now you know a new GPU location. So just because you haven't found items in one specific area, keep looking there. Just, maybe I am just a very curious person in general, so I always keep looking kind of everywhere, right? Just to see what we can get, like what just hadn't spawned there in the times I went, and then that sort of thing. So all these services, and once you get to the second floor, one of the highlights of the second floor of this Black Bishop building is all of these like desks and chairs can have high value tech spawns. It's probably hit and usually does get hit, but and up there we have some weapon attachments, but like you can get GPUs, Tetrises, those sort of things. I like to grab the hot rods because the hot rods can give us, there's a trade for prop ore where you do hot rods and Marlboro cigarettes for BS ammo. It's one of the most underused trades I've ever seen. It is just cigarettes and hot rods, which you find all over the place, and most people never pick them up. But guess what? They can give you 545 BS, probably the best round for BS right now. It pierces up to tier 5 armor usually on the first shot, and then it decimates. Like, armor is pointless when you're shooting BS. So always look out for the hot rods and the Marlboros and do that prop ore trade. So again, all of these surfaces, nothing crazy. Okay. Then we're gonna go up to the 3rd floor, the best floor, by the way, guys. Most of the tech spawns are up here on the 3rd floor. So again, all of the surfaces of the tables and whatnot we're gonna be looking at. And of course, I always check a few extra areas just in case there's a spawn that I can learn and then eventually show you guys. So that's cool. We got a pro sight. Now we can't put that on anything. I guess we'll have to drop the other PSU. Probably get most value per slot doing that. These cabinets start to have a bunch of like ration hideout items, so always good to look for those. When I open the weapon boxes, by the way, guys, I'm looking for high tier ammos, the advanced stocks, like the advanced stock tubes that are very valuable for meta builds. I'm looking for armors. You can get like slicks in there, which is amazing, so why not roll your shot at getting some of those. And, you know, good guns. Obviously, I want to find my personal favorites so far this wipe have been SR25, UMP, Vector, all these tables, bandage there, nothing great. These metal shelves on the 3rd floor, though, spawn high value military tech items like military cables, your radios, anything like that. I hate the Makarov. I'm not even going to take it, even though I should. But you guys should definitely be taking the Makarovs. Take everything. But I hate the Makarov. It's kind of a meme in my community. So I'm not going to pick that up. But all of these surfaces, you can see I have a light bulb there. So that light bulb could be a Tetris, could be a graphics card. All of these there. Not the best luck, but you're not going to have the best luck every time. But then out of nowhere, you'll pull out 2 graphics cards from this run. So it's amazing. So right there, look, military circuit board, amazing. Really good item to grab. Pretty valuable. Toolboxes are some of the most undervalued items in the game, or containers in the game. The amount of bolts, epoxies, all of those amazing barter items for, you know, the flea market and stuff, out of toolboxes. Please jump into toolboxes. So just before I continue looting this room, I just jumped out the window of the 3rd floor and landed right here on this little pad, and that's because it gives us access to another room on the 2nd floor, which we couldn't get into. One of the best rooms. A lot of graphics cards, a lot of Tetrises here, a bunch of high value tech items, but this usually gets hit, so that's why you might want to do this on your PMC. But all of these metallic shelves have so many high value tech spawns, it's crazy. So someone hit that duffel there, then you have 2 more computers to hit. This is an amazing room that we just dropped down into, so we'll take that. We'll also jump out of this the same way we came in, the furthest to left window here, and then when I fall down, I like to land on that garbage can to take no damage. There you go, no fall damage. And after we hit all of those buildings, we're pretty much done. Let's see what we have. We do have the hole in the fence by the mountains. 9 minutes left, so what I'm gonna do really quickly is check this last bunker. And that's just because an Aesa can spawn in here, and sometimes players spawn in there, don't look there, or they just don't look there. Or, I mean, they just don't spawn in there. So I like to look for the Aesa spawn. It's not as valuable as it once was, but it used to be like 500k. So I run into this last bunker. Just on the way out, you know, I'm right here. And on this box, you can get the Aesa, on the table, sorry. And I also look in all of these just in case anything gets buffed. I'm always looking for items that can get buffed or changes to maps, just so as soon as I find out about them, I can let you guys know. But once we're done that, we're just gonna run to our extraction, which is the, what is it? It's the hole in the wall by the mountains is the one we're going to. And it's just right next to this green tower. If you look to the green tower in the corner next to this like larger mountain, right where the wall breaks in, right here, that's the extract. So we're just gonna get in there and we're gonna leave, and that's our run. So there you have it. That's a nice, fun, quick run to do. Get some chances at some of the, you know, the Bitcoin Alliance, the P filters, kind of crazy valuable, especially close to the start of the wave, things like that. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. And remember, ostriches only eat cactuses in refrigerators.